Hi, I'm Allison from Your Employment Solutions. Today I'm going to share some tips that I've learned as a human resource professional on writing a strong resume. First, I'll go over a few different types of resumes, and at the end I'll suggest a few basic resume writing tips for the active job seeker. Writing a resume can be a very difficult and daunting task. When sitting down to write a resume, you might wonder, what would an employer look at first? Or what would they look at most closely? How long is too long, or how short is too short of a resume? How many jobs should you include, or what about jobs you were terminated from? How do you explain any gaps in employment? What skills and jobs should you include versus which ones should be left out? There are a lot of variables to consider when trying to write the perfect resume. First, consider the type of resume you want to have. The type of resume you choose can help you determine the length of the document, which jobs and skills to include, what to do about the gaps in employment, and which skills and jobs should be highlighted. There's 4 types of resumes I'm going to discuss: a chronological, a functional, a combination, and a targeted resume. A chronological resume lists your work history in order of dates. This type of resume starts with your most recent or current experience and ends with your earliest. Many employers prefer this type of resume because it gives an overview of your experience in a timeline. This is a basic resume that might be best for those with a solid history of work and no gaps of employment. A functional resume focuses on your knowledge, skills, and abilities and your experience more than just a list of your work history. This type of resume is helpful if you have lapses in your employment because it can showcase what your abilities have to offer. This type of resume is also very beneficial for recent graduates who maybe have limited work history, or maybe somebody who's looking for a career change. A combination resume can help highlight both your knowledge and skills while also providing a chronological listing of your work experience. This type of resume can give you more flexibility in that you can list your employment history but also show what kind of employee you are and what you can bring to the new potential employer. Keep in mind that this resume can quickly become a large document, so be careful. A targeted resume is a customized document that focuses on the position that you're applying for. In this type of resume, you should list your work history, abilities, and education that directly relate or comply with the requirements of the job. If interested in writing a targeted resume, it's important to study the job description of the position you're interested in applying for. It is important to know what skills and attributes the prospective employer is looking for. If you're unsure of which type of resume to write, I would suggest taking a stab at any one of them or all of them. See how it feels. Personally, I have written numerous versions of each of these resumes and submitted different resumes to different job postings simply off a gut feel. That extra time spent testing different resume types could pay off when you land that job you're applying for. Last but not least, don't forget some of the basics. Keep it brief. 1 page could be effective, but information that pushes it to 2 pages could help showcase your knowledge, skills, and abilities. A long resume might not get looked at very closely, and some of your most valuable traits and abilities could easily be overlooked. Keep it professional. Use a common font and standard font size. Check for spelling, punctuation, and grammatical errors. Fancy font and spiced up graphics may be fun, but they can be distracting and unnecessary. List specific skills. List additional skills and abilities such as other languages spoken, technical skills, teaching or managerial skills. Know your references. Avoid the phrase available upon request. If a prospective employer is interested, they will ask for your references. Be sure you know them and have them readily available upon request if they're not already included with your resume. Update your resume regularly. Review it every few months. This will help you keep it updated as you gain new skills or more education. Your resume will then be accurate and current if and when you need it again. I hope this advice is helpful for you in updating or creating a resume. Please feel free to visit youremploymentsolutions.com for more detail on resume writing and interviewing tips for when that awesome resume helps land that interview for the job you've had your eye on. Thanks for watching!